Tit for Tat. Man feminized by an old friend. By Clover Cox. To my readers, always. Chapter 1. James was at home alone when he got an inkling to do something he'd done many times before, but it wasn't often that he had the house to himself. He lived with his older sister Samantha and their mother Rachel. The three of them were plenty busy, running in and out of the house at all times of day, but that afternoon James was confident he would have at least 3 hours to himself, so he locked every latch on the front door and headed upstairs. Once inside his room, James went over to his bed and got to his knees at its side. He reached his arm as far as it would go to grab a box that he kept pressed against the wall. It was an opaque turquoise box, with a treasure trove of lingerie inside. He didn't have time to wear his gorgeous possessions often, but it was always a treat when he did. He placed the box on his bed and lifted the lid, picking up a big pile of lingerie to rub against his cheeks. He exhaled deeply as he dropped the lingerie back into the box. He looked over it more closely, picking out a sexy red pair. When James stripped naked, he was disappointed by how hairy his legs were beneath his jeans. He picked up his phone to check the clock, judging if he had enough time before someone came home. James decided to risk it. He went to the bathroom and pulled out a fresh razor from below a sink before walking over to the tub to run a shallow bath of hot water. He lathered his legs with shaving cream before dipping the razor into the steamy water, pulling the razor up his legs. It took James 20 minutes to shave. He used the moisturizer on the bathroom counter to lather his burning skin. It instantly felt better, leaving him feeling sexy and refreshed. He posed in front of the mirror, admiring his slim body. He worked as a server and bartender and did his best not to eat too much free food. His mother stopped paying for his groceries long ago and complained endlessly if he dared touch her food, so he didn't. He had snacks in his room, some emergency meals in the fridge, and fruit on the countertop. Everything else he got from work or a convenience store. James wrapped a towel around his waist once he had enough of his reflection. He dropped the towel the second he walked through his bedroom door and went over to the red lingerie he picked out and left on the bed. He put the lingerie onto his smooth body, loving how the lacy fabric felt against his skin. He opened his desk drawer and pulled out a square mirror he kept inside, holding it above his head to get a better look at his body. His rod was already growing hard as he stared at himself, so he pressed his fingers against.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?